I'm gonna continue being that girl in 2024. This is like the finished spread. I've been reflecting on how my 2023 went. Personally, I think 2023 was my most successful and overall like my favorite year so far. I was that girl in 2023, so that means I'm gonna continue being that girl in 2024. I'm gonna share with you guys what I did last year, and you can use these like tips to become the best version of yourself this year. I wrote everything down on a Google Doc, so I'm just gonna read off of it. There's gonna be different sections, which you can see in the timeline. As you guys know, it's academic comeback season. There's some habits that I would recommend getting into. The first one is start using a planner. You can literally get these anywhere from Target, Walmart, Muji, Daiso, etc. There are also resources for digital planners as well, Notion I think, or even like Google Calendar or whatever. I personally like using a paper one just because it feels nicer to like write out all the dates, color code it, and just like personalize it more. This is the planner that I got for this year. It's just like a weekly one from the brand Campus, and for the format, it has like the section in the front where it's like all the dates of the year on 2 pages. It's like a really good overview, and I would personally use this for like looking at birthdays and stuff just because it's easier to see at a glance. One page has a set of like all 7 days of the week. On the next page is this lined paper. I personally don't use like the monthly section of a planner at all. The boxes are too small for me to write on. Like I said, I like to color code the events that I'm writing down. I use red for YouTube, blue for school, and then black for everything else. I also mentioned this in my previous video, which you can find up here, I think. I'll link it. I highly recommend using a planner. It just helps you stay organized, and especially if you decorate it the way I'm going to, it's gonna be like more aesthetically pleasing and you'll just want to look at it more. Second thing is to make a schedule. I think when you have like a ton of free time, it's really easy to get sidetracked and think like, oh yeah, I have all this time later today, I can just do my work then. But let's be for real, we all know you're not gonna do it. You're gonna procrastinate until the very last second possible. Probably not gonna be your best work. When I'm busy, I tend to be the most productive because I know that everything has to get done. Like there's no choice here, basically. So I think that even if you're not like the busiest person ever, set times for when you want to work and when you want to rest. I think there are also some planners for this as well. It shows like each hour of the day. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about school because I literally just made a video about that. You can also like check it out over here. Okay, these next things are gonna be more about like lifestyle. I don't know what else to call it. They're just like productive habits. Simplify your skincare routine. I've seen a lot of influencers try to promote like their 10-step skincare routine. Oh, buy all these products at Sephora, da da da. But like, you really don't need all of that. And if you're 12 years old, no, you do not need Drunk Elephant. I've seen so many people at Sephora buying like Drunk Elephant this, Drunk Elephant that. Like, why would you need retinol bronzing drops, whatever, when you don't have wrinkles? Like, I would also do a bit of research to understand your skin type. But for me, I use water, moisturizer, and then SPF in the morning. And then for my nighttime routine, I like a bit of a longer process just because like there's more to do before I sleep. Another really important thing I started doing, and this is like really good for my skin, I started drinking more water. And I know what you're thinking, like obviously yeah, I drink water, but it really helps clear up my skin, especially like, I don't know what to call it, like the small bumps on your forehead. That thing like started to go away a lot more. And I noticed that my skin overall just looked a lot brighter. If you're someone like me who tends to forget to like get my water in, something I like to do, especially like during the summer when I was home a lot, is I would like try to get up for breaks just to like stretch and not be sitting at my desk the whole day. But whenever I did that, I would go to the kitchen and just like drink a glass of water. If I get up enough, I'll get my water in. Even if I have a glass of water next to me, I'll probably still forget to drink it. But yeah, drinking water has a ton of other like health benefits besides like for your skin, so I would highly recommend that you guys like make sure to get your water in this year. While I'm already de-influencing you, I just wanted to say that saving money is hot, and I find that when I'm deciding whether or not to buy something, I'll usually wait for like at least a few weeks, maybe even months. I mainly do this so that A, the price will drop while I'm waiting, and then B, I'll probably have forgotten about what that thing was in the first place, which just goes to show that I didn't actually need that. I just wanted it, maybe because it was trendy or whatever. Like if you forget forget that you want something, you don't need it that bad. This was probably the most important change I made last year, which was stepping out of my comfort zone. I like to try a lot of new things, especially like I started high school, which was very new and very scary to me. I started my YouTube channel and I started fencing. I know I talk about these 3 things a lot on my channel. Very proud of myself for trying those. For me, I always knew that I wanted to like start a YouTube channel. I just didn't think like I was cut out for it, or like I would have the time, or I'd be interesting enough. But I think you'll never know unless you give it a try. If there's anything that you guys want to start this year, I would say just go for it. But yeah, starting new things can be really scary, especially when you know that like you're the worst person in the room. The biggest thing to remember is that literally nobody cares about you, and if they do, they should understand what it's like to be a beginner because they were once that person. Kind of similar, but confidence is another thing that I worked on a lot, and rather than like buying a ton of products to make me feel like a better person, I just changed my mindset to fake it till I make it. I know that's like really basic and you probably hear it a lot on YouTube and social media in general, but it really is true because like true confidence comes from within. Don't take criticism from people who don't matter to you, because at the end of the day, the only person whose opinion matters is your own. I've been journaling for about 4 years and I love it so much because it just shows like how much you've grown. It doesn't have to be like super boring, just like endlessly writing about how your day went. Not every day is going to be super fun, so you could just like spice it up, add pictures, stickers, whatever you want. There's no right or wrong way to journal, so just have fun with it. I got a new journal for this year. I don't know if I'm saying this wrong. The Midori A5. It's like a grid style, and I've been seeing this a lot everywhere for a few years, so I decided I would give it a try. One thing that I'm trying out this year is going to be making a vision board. I started looking on Pinterest for photos of like things that represent my goals, as well as like positive affirmations. Okay, so I know I said I would use that other journal, but I ended up finding this like Muji journal that I had started last year. I barely used it, so instead of like starting a whole new one, I'm just gonna try and finish this. I'm gonna make like a new spread for my 2024 vision board. I got a ton of photos off of Pinterest. As you can see, like each one of them is gonna represent like a different goal that I have. Health and like fitness, good skin, fencing, good grades, etc. So I'll show you guys like how I'm gonna set everything up for this year. So when I was putting together the pictures for this vision board spread, I try not to focus on the aesthetic because I feel like that's not really the point. Instead, I just tried to group things by like the category, I guess, part of my life they fall into. Okay, so this is like the finished spread, but basically I just grouped it into categories. So my content creation goals, statistics, notifications, money in the bank account, and then the next page is going to be like good grades, good skin, etc. So when I was writing out the goals that I had in mind for this year, I used something called the law of assumption. By believing that the thing that you want already exists in your life, you'll kind of like manifest it into existence. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video was interesting and hopefully somewhat helpful. Let me know what your guys' 2024 goals or like resolutions are. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!